On a blistering July day in 1518, a woman named Frau Trophea stepped onto a narrow, cobbled street in Strasbourg and began to silently dance. There was no music. There was no celebration. Only the rhythmic, spasmodic twitching of her limbs as she twisted and turned under the hot summer sun. Most people assume that a plague requires a pathogen, an invisible killer carried by rats or tainted water. But this contagion was entirely different. Within a week, 34 people had joined her. By August, the mob of silent, expressionless dancers had grown to over 400. They danced until their feet bled into their shoes, their eyes vacant and expressionless, driven by a force they could not stop. Desperate for a cure, the city authorities made a fatal error. Believing the victims simply needed to sweat out the illness, they built wooden stages and hired musicians to keep them moving. It only fueled the fire. Men and women began to drop dead from strokes, heart attacks, and pure exhaustion. Modern science still debates the true catalyst. Some researchers suggest the community accidentally ingested ergot, a toxic mold growing on damp rye that produces violent convulsions and hallucinations. But ergotism restricts blood flow, making sustained physical exertion nearly impossible. The data suggests a far more unsettling truth. After years of brutal famine and raging epidemics, the minds of Strasbourg citizens simply broke. It was a collective, stress-induced mass hysteria, a physical manifestation of shared trauma. When the mind can no longer bear the weight of reality, the body takes the lead, and sometimes it dances itself to death.